do 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 do. Mm, mm, mm. Do 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 do. Hello, happy Thursday. Welcome to Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Hello, I need to check on something here. Once upon a turkey leg. Oh, give me 1 second. Hello, I need to check on something. Okay. All right. Well, hello there. Thank you for coming by. Let me turn this off. Tonight, I got a couple of stories. And hello, Tina, and hello, Chuck. Happy Thursday. And I'll be getting going on the stories in a minute. But I've got a poll going on in my chat asking, are you a dog or a cat person? So go ahead and vote in that. We'll check that poll out towards the end or at the end of the stream. Before I end it, before I end the stream, we'll check out the results of the poll. So anyway, for this week and next week, I am actually, we're doing some Disney pets stories. Tonight's stream. Yes, Tina, I know what your answer is. Tonight's stream is Gone to the Dogs. It's in the doghouse. We're doing a couple of Disney doggy stories, and then next week we'll be doing a couple of Disney cat stories. And so we'll give a little love to both of those. Looks like we've got 2 votes for a dog and 1 vote for a cat. So we will, pardon me, we will. Hello, Mandy. Your answer was cat. That's okay. It's okay to like cats. I mean, cats are okay to me, but I'm lean more heavily toward being a dog person. If I was gonna get a pet, it would be a dog. So anyway, it seems like I had something else I wanted to say before I get going on the stories. Oh, hi, Carol. Carol says, hi, Dean. I love other people's cats, but I've only had a dog. Yeah, I've met some really sweet cats, really nice cats. I've seen other people's, cats that are, just very, they're very good pets. Like our friend Tennessee Bear, Tim's cats that he shows on his streams. By the way, Tim will be live at 9:30, and I should be wrapping up my stream in time for that stream. So I will just mention that. But yeah. With that little introduction, I was going to say something else besides just the pets. Oh, I know what it was. I'll talk about that at the end. So anyway, let us start with 101 Dalmatians. once. We'll have a Dalmatian plantation where our population can roam. And da 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 da. We'll love our plantation home. 101 Dalmatians. This is the story of two brave Dalmatians, 99 puppies, and one of the greatest rescues of all time. Pongo and Perdita lived in London with their people pets, Roger and Anita. When Perdita and Pongo became parents of 15 little puppies, they were so proud. Life seemed perfect until an old friend of Anita's, Cruella de Vil, came to see the puppies. Let me move my microphone. It's getting in the way. There we go. Oops, not that one. Cruella waltzed into the room, demanding to see the adorable puppies and their beautiful coats. She even proclaimed that she would buy them all. "We're not selling the puppies," said Roger. "Not a single one." "You fools!" Cruella cried. "You'll be sorry." And she stormed out of the house. One night, Cruella sent her two dog henchmen, the Batten brothers, to dog nap the puppies. "Now, Horace, I've warned you about thinking." The police immediately launched an investigation, but as the days went by, the puppies were still not found. At last, Pongo said to Perdita, "I'm afraid it's all up to us." Pongo decided to try the twilight bark. This was the quickest way for dogs to send and receive news across the country. That evening, from the top of Primrose Hill, Pongo sent the alarm. "Bark, bark, bark, ho!" Then Pongo and Perdita waited. After a moment, an answering bark was heard. "It's the Great Dane at Hampstead," said Pongo, and he barked the message about the missing puppies. The Great Dane then barked out an all-dog alert, sending the news all over London. The twilight bark reached an old sheepdog called the Colonel, who lived on a farm. The Colonel's friends, a horse named Captain, and a cat named Sergeant Tibbs, listened too. They were all concerned to hear that 15 puppies had been stolen. "That's funny," Tibbs said to the captain and the colonel. "I heard puppies barking over at the old DeVille house last night." "No one's lived there for years," said the colonel. "We must go and see what's going on." So Colonel and Tibbs went quietly up to the house and peered through a broken window. Inside the house, Horace and Jasper Batten were eating supper and relaxing in front of the television. All around the room there were puppies. Not 15 puppies. Not even 50 puppies. Tibbs counted 99 puppies. The colonel quickly returned to the captain's stable and loudly barked the good news. Within no time at all, the twilight bark sent the message all the way back to London. Hey, Noah, that the puppies had been found. The good news finally reached the ears of Perdita and Pongo. They set off across the snowy countryside as fast as they could to rescue their puppies. And hello, Stacy. Noah and Stacy, welcome. Happy Thursday. Meanwhile, Sergeant Tibbs was keeping watch on the house. He peeked in and saw Cruella barking out orders. She wanted the puppies. She wanted the puppies' skins for coats. I'll be back first thing in the morning. Fur coats? How awful. Tibbs could not believe it. He had to save these poor puppies. And hello, Garrett. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. There wasn't a moment to lose. As soon as the Battens began watching television again, Tibbs crept through the broken window and whispered, "Hey kids, you better get out of here if you want to save your skins." When all the puppies had been alerted, Tibbs led them out of the room and up the stairs to find a hiding place. Oops, wrong side. And hi, Brian. Welcome in. Meanwhile, the colonel had met up with Perdita and Pongo and led them to the DeVille house. They arrived just in the nick of time and quickly bounded into action. Perdita went after Horace, while Pongo tore at Jasper Badden's trousers. As the fight was going on, Sergeant Tibbs led the puppies out of the house to the safety of the captain's stable. Let's see if I can get that all on the screen there. There we go. Leaving the Battens in a heap, Perdita and Pongo dashed after the puppies. When they got to the barn, Perdita checked to see if her 15 puppies were there. "Your 15 and a few more," replied the captain. "There are 99. 99? Said Pongo, astonished. "Whatever did Cruella want with 99 puppies?" There was silence for a moment. Then one little puppy said, "She was going to make coats out of us." Perdita and Pongo looked at each other in horror. They had never heard of anything so evil. We'll take them home with us," said Pongo. He was sure Roger and Anita would look after them. Perdita, Pongo, and the puppies set off back to London. Fearing that Cruella would come after them, Pongo made the puppies roll in some soot until they all looked like black Labradors. Quick, into this van, said Pongo. It's going to London. Pongo had just enough time to leap onto the tailboard as the van sped off, escaping Cruella and the Battens. Back in London and home at last, Roger and Anita hugged the tired puppies. Let me show this picture that goes first before the next paragraph. 14, 15, counted Roger, 62, 94, and 5 over there. That's 101 Dalmatians, counting Perdita and Pongo. What'll we do with them? Asked Anita. We'll keep them, said Roger. We'll have a plantation. A Dalmatian plantation. And that's exactly what they did. And that is the end of 101 Dalmatians. Alrighty, and that does it for that story. Hope you enjoyed it. Welcome in everybody who has been popping in. I tried to say hi to everyone while you were popping in. Let me just check really quick. I think I said hi everyone. Stacy, Noah, Garrett, Brian, Carol. I said hi to Carol before. Do 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 do. And Kathy, hello, welcome in. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Carol. Carol, sorry. All right, so now on to story número dos. Lady and the Tramp, another doggy Disney favorite. This is a story of a lovely lady and a rascally tramp whose hearts are bound by loyalty and love. It was Christmas Eve. At the home of Jim Dear and Darling, many brightly wrapped presents sat under the tree, but one was particularly cheery. Jim Dear picked it out first and handed it to his bride, saying, "It's for you, darling." And as Darling lifted the lid off the box, out jumped a cuddly cocker spaniel puppy. "Oh, how sweet!" cried Darling. "What a perfectly beautiful little lady." And so, Lady became the puppy's name. When Lady was 6 months old, she received her very own collar with a special tag engraved with her name. Now she knew that she really belonged. Proudly, Lady showed it off to her neighbors, a Scottish terrier named Jock and a bloodhound named Trusty. "Why, Miss Lady," exclaimed Trusty, You have a collar. Aye, Jack added. She's a full-grown lady. And if you will bear with me for 5 seconds, my friends. Okay, I had to get a sip of water and kind of. Back to the story. One day, Lady sadly said that Jim Dear had been rushing past her without patting her head. Without patting her head. Darling hadn't taken her for a walk in ages, and they had been talking about a special event. Jock and Trusty smiled. Ladies humans were having a baby. A carefree mutt named Tramp, who lived on the streets, was wandering by and overheard. Just a cute little bundle of trouble, Tramp quipped as he swaggered over. Remember those nice juicy cuts of beef? Forget 'em. And that nice warm bed by the fire? A leaky doghouse. Do not listen, lassie, said Jock. Okay, okay, said Tramp. But remember, Pigeon, when a baby moves in, the dog moves out. One day soon after, the baby arrived, and when Lady got a glimpse of him, she had to admit this thing called a baby was very cute. There was no sense in listening to that awful Tramp. La la loo, la la loo. Hi, Dave. Welcome in. Space Mountain Dave. Happy Thursday. For a while, things were wonderful. But one day, Aunt Sarah came to stay at the house while Jim Dear and Darling went on a trip. Aunt Sarah kept Lady away from the baby, and she had two naughty Siamese cats. When the cats pulled the fishbowl off the table, Aunt Sarah blamed Lady, and off they marched to the pet store to fit Lady with a muzzle. Mm. Lady wasn't sure what a muzzle was, but when the clerk strapped one on her, she suddenly understood. It was a terrible thing. Lady twisted and turned, struggling wildly, and then got loose and ran down the street. Suddenly, a pack of dogs began chasing Lady. Tramp happened to be passing by and saw that Lady was in trouble. He bared his teeth and growled, chasing the dogs away. Yeah, poor kid, Tramp said, looking at Lady's muzzle. We've got to get this off. And I know the very place. Come on. Tramp took Lady to the zoo to see a beaver whose sharp teeth easily bit through the muzzle strap. "It's off," said Lady happily. "It's supper time," Tramp announced as he and Lady trotted away from the zoo. "When you're foot loose and collar free, well, you take nothing but the best." Then Tramp headed for Tony's, the very place for a special occasion. But first, there's the beaver. Tony was delighted to see Tramp and his new lady friend. "Tonight they get the best in the house. Spaghetti especial, heavy on the meatball." Tony serenaded the happy couple. "Oh, this is a night. It's a beautiful night, and we call it Belle Notte. Look at the skies. They have stars in their eyes on this lovely Belle Notte. Side by side with the loved one, you'll find enchantment here. The night will weave its magic spell when the one you love is near. Oh, this is the night, and the heavens are right on this lovely Belle Notte." The two dogs shared a delicious spaghetti dinner by candlelight. As they ate, Tramp nibbled one end of a noodle, and Lady nibbled the other end of the same noodle. They nibbled and nibbled and nibbled and nibbled on that noodle until and then thank you. They kissed. Nose to nose, staring deeply into each other's eyes, Lady and Tramp fell head over paws in love. After their romantic dinner, the two dogs walked to the top of a hill. Above them, they saw the twinkling stars in the sky. In all this beauty, Lady forgot about Aunt Sarah and her cats. She felt happy and in love. The next morning, however, I've got something in my eye. Okay, sorry. The next morning, however, Lady realized she should be home, and Tramp agreed to take her back. First, Tramp decided to sneak into a henhouse and chase chickens. Lady hated every minute of it, especially when the farmer began to chase them. Oops, wrong side. There we go. Chickens. Chasing the chickens. Lady was caught and taken to the pound. Lady was ashamed and afraid. The other dogs told her she'd be released soon, for she had a collar. Sure enough, a guard came for Lady. "You're too nice a girl to be in this place," he said, handing Lady to Aunt Sarah. Lady was happy to be home again, but it didn't last long. Aunt Sarah chained her to the doghouse. Lady was so lost in unhappy thoughts that she didn't see a huge rat climb into the backyard. But when it ran in front of her, she took off after him, barking and growling, only to be stopped short by her chain. She watched the rat climb up the side of the house and through the baby's window. Lady barked with her whole heart. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Luckily, Tramp heard Lady barking. He raced into the yard and over to Lady. "What's wrong, Pidge?" he asked. "A rat!" cried Lady. "Upstairs in the baby's room." Tramp raced back. Tramp raced up the back porch stairs and into the baby's room and attacked the rat. He knew it was up to him to protect the baby. Lady broke loose and ran into the baby's room, too in time to see the rat escape from the Tramp and climb onto the baby's crib. But Tramp flew at the rat, saving the baby from harm. However, Aunt Sarah did not see the dead rat. She only saw two dogs and an overturned crib. "You, you vicious brutes!" she screamed at Lady and Tramp. "Back, get back!" Aunt Sarah called the dog catcher to take Tramp away for attacking the baby. Just then, Jim Dear and Darling came home, and Lady led them up to the baby's room to show them the dead rat. All at once, everyone understood. Tramp hadn't been trying. Tramp hadn't been trying to hurt the baby. He had saved it. Was there time to stop the dog catcher's wagon before Tramp ended up at the pound? Outside, Trusty and Jock heard about Tramp saving the baby and decided to go after the dog catcher's wagon. "We'll track them down," yelled Trusty as they ran. "And then?" asked Jock. "We'll hold them at bay." The brave Trusty followed Tramp's scent and chased down the wagon, but his barking scared the dog catcher's horses. They reared up and tipped the wagon over, pinning Trusty under a wheel. Jock began to howl. Would he ever talk with old Trusty again? As it turned out, Jock had nothing to worry about. In fact, good old Trusty hobbled out to go visiting with Jock the very next Christmas. And the first place they visited was the home of their dear friends, Lady and Tramp. That's right, Tramp had finally traded in his wandering ways for a collar and a home with his lady. And now they had puppies: Scooter, Fluffy, Ruffy, and Little Scamp, who looked just like his dad. What a happy home and family. And that is the end of Lady and the Tramp. And that is the end of our second and last story. If you have not voted in the little poll at the top of the chat, I'm going to go ahead and look at this and see. There has been 9 votes so far. Dog is way ahead at 67%. Dog has 11%. Other 11%, and then no pets 11%. Kathy couldn't vote. You like dogs? Oh, dogs and cats. Well, you know what? I was gonna put a both option, but I think I went with other instead. So I know it's kind of a tough choice, but anyway, it looks like dog for this poll is a winning. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out, even though it's not, completely a scientific. It's just kind of a fun thing. But anyway, let me come back here to. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so then with that, I'm going to go ahead and end out the stream. Tomorrow I will be. I have a Disney park reservation. I'm looking to head down to Epcot tomorrow. I have a morning appointment to go to first thing, and then I'll be heading down there, assuming I'm feeling up to it at that point. So with that, I'm not going to be doing any lives, I don't think. But if you follow me on Instagram, likely I'll be doing something on Instagram live, maybe in the afternoon time. Nothing long, just a few minutes. But I am going to be looking at, taking some video, maybe some shorts to put on the channel. Speaking of shorts on the channel, I had a short yesterday that I posted, and it blew up. It got way more views than I thought that I would ever get on a short, and I ended the day at over 21,000 views. So it was a kind of a pleasant surprise. I also gained about 20 subscribers. So if anyone is watching that is a recent subscriber, thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone watching in the chat, my friends that I've known for a while, old and new. Thank you to everybody. If you're watching live, if you're watching on the replay, let me know that you're watching. Put a little hashtag replay, or just let me know you watched. Next Thursday, as I mentioned earlier, they'll be reading some Disney cat stories. It's a couple of stories about Disney cats. Next Tuesday, I'll be back on to talk about Disney news on Newsflash Disney, 9 o'clock Eastern. And so with that, everyone have a great gobbletastic night. Take care, and remember to always follow the happy.